This is Geneva's Closet. Hello, people. Thank you for joining me. And today we're going to have Jay Wallace. And who is here? Are you serious, people? Are you serious right now? Today, we have the conscious rapper from Dayton, Ohio, Mr. Jay Wallace.
Hey.
How you doing today, Jay?
Doing very well. How you doing, Geneva?
I'm doing great. I'm so happy to have you in my closet today, Jay. How's the weather there?
Oh man, the weather here is pretty terrible. It's kind of rainy, a lot of little dreary and stuff like that. But also, I'm sorry, I didn't correct you, but I'm actually from well, I'm in Columbus. I'm from Oberlin, Ohio. I do work with a lot of people in Dayton though as well.
Okay, you're from Columbus, Ohio.
Well, I'm stationed in Columbus. I'm actually from a small town called Oberlin, Ohio. It's about 30 minutes southwest of Cleveland.
Okay, well, people, he's from Ohio, basically. How about we just say that? Yeah. Oakland, Ohio.
Oberlin. Sorry.
It's what? Oakland?
No, Oberlin, like Oberlin.
Oh,
yeah,
okay. Yeah. Okay. See, I never even heard of that before. But then again, I've never even been to Ohio before. So
it's actually a really, really interesting place. There's a liberal arts college there called Oberlin College, actually. So a lot of people who are classically trained in music go there and things like that. But also, it's also one of the places they say helped start the civil rights movement or Civil War, I believe. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's got like a lot of roots in history with the Underground Railroad and stuff like that. So.
Okay, cool. See, now for that reason, I would love to go because I love my Black history. Absolutely love my Black history. So, are you born and raised from there?
I was actually born in Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay.
Yeah. I think my father's side of the family from down there, but I don't know too many of them.
Okay, so how long have you been in Ohio? Is that where you started the whole music thing? Is that where it started?
Yes, that's mostly where it started. That was in Ohio. I've worked with a lot of local artists in the Ohio area and a few in the Cleveland area. And I'm starting to move a little bit further south into like Zanesville and Cincinnati now as well.
Oh, okay. So Jay, when did you start this whole music thing?
Well, as a performer, if we're talking about just rapping and stuff like that, I've only been doing that maybe for the last 3 to 4 years.
Really?
Before that, the only thing that I did was like video, a little bit of recording, audio engineering, and things like that for other artists as well. And then it got to a point where I kind of just moved into doing it on my own.
What I was going to ask you about this. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Nothing. I was actually.
Because I was going to ask you about that too. Like, have you always been a rapper, or did you do something else before? So you were an engineer before.
Mm-hmm. Yep, audio. I went to Chillicothe, a really great program for recording down in Chillicothe, Ohio, called the Recording Workshop. If anybody's interested in furthering their career or the advancement of their education, it's a really, really good program.
Okay, and how long were you there?
Well, the program, they have different ways that you can do it. I was only there for about a month or two, but you can do a basic program where it's 5 weeks and you learn basically the things that you'll need to learn how to run any tracking session for a studio. And then you can go back for producer classes and different things like that. Oh, wow.
So that's cool. So you know how to do more than just rap. And I'm surprised that you said that you've only been doing it for 2-3 years, because I think you're pretty dang good. So you wasn't thinking about rapping before the engineering?
Before, when I was engineering, there were a lot of guys that I was working with that had like situations kind of going. So I was like, every team, I believe, needs somebody that's not trying to be in the front. So I was always trying to be the guy in the back, maybe working on the engineering for the vocals and doing things like that so that we could get the whole team further. And once we got in the door, hopefully the goal was to then see what everybody else wanted to do with themselves or how they wanted to progress or evolve. But it didn't work out that way. So, we're still kind of pursuing it from this angle now.
And Jay, how would you describe your music style or your delivery style, or how would you describe? You know what? First, I just want to say this. Let me just say this first, because I have never been a huge rap fan. Well, I don't know how old you are, but I'm 37 years old. So I was born in the 70s. I'm an 80s baby, kicked it in the 90s. So I'm more of a, so the rap that I do like is more hip hop. So I don't know everything that pertains to rap, but what I do know is I know what I like. And I know if I hear something, if I feel like it sounds good. And I know I talked to you a little bit yesterday and told you the reason why I decided to contact you and reach out to you was because I listened to a song that you have on YouTube, and I think it's called Get Live.
Oh yes.
And I like Get Live. I mean, I thought your delivery was good. I thought your delivery was good. The beat was good. The quality of the video was good. So I'm like, okay, I see that whatever he's doing, whoever he's working with, they're really trying to do this thing, and he's not just putting any old type of you know, stuff out there. So with that being said, what is your type of how would you describe your music style, Jay?
I don't know. That's a pretty tough question because I've never actually sat down to think of what it sounds like to me. But a couple of things that people have said is one guy on Twitter told me, "No, this is rhythm poetry." So I think I'm going to go with that. It's really, really good. It's really, really good prose. Some good storytelling over top of like a lot of jazz and blues type beats and stuff like that. So I mean, I guess I would call it that, rhythm poetry.
Okay, now, so are you into hip hop? Because you have like this hip hop style. It's like different than what's going on today, like the trap music, or it's not really about the words. It's more about the beat. So how do you feel about that? Like, are you into hip hop? Is that more your, you know, what you're leaning towards?
Oh, yes. I mean, everything that I love and everything that I do is hip hop. Most of the artists that kind of, I guess, influenced me to this point were hip hop artists. If you're talking about like Lupe Fiasco and Talib Kweli and Mos Def and those type of guys, yeah, definitely I love hip hop, and that's where I think my roots come from.
Okay, now I noticed that because I like to call you a conscious rapper, and I know that you were voted top 10 artists to watch in 2016. Congratulations for that.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. I mean, honestly, it doesn't really feel like anything happened because it's like, I mean, I live my day-to-day life, and like things like that happen. Bloggers pick it up, and it's not really real because I mean, to me around here, it's not real yet. But online, and I get a lot of support and a lot of love from different people in different places, like yourself, and I appreciate that. But it hasn't reached back home yet. So it's kind of like, you know, I'm still going about my day to day, and people are like, oh yeah, that's cool.
I mean, so. Yeah, I mean, because even if it's not something that's blasted out there where everybody knows, just the fact that somebody was looking into your music and decided to write the whole blog and feel, you know, and put you on this list of artists to watch is huge, because there's so many people out there. I mean, you know this, like everybody knows this. Everybody wants to be a rapper. Everybody wants to rap, whether they sound good or not. Everybody's trying to do it. So the fact that you got that acknowledgement is, you know, kudos to you, Jay.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Oh, also, I guess one more thing that for Columbus, Ohio, there's an organization called Raw. I got their Raw Artist of the Year, so that was
wow
this year. That was pretty.
Okay, now why do people say that? Now, are they basing this on you being a conscious rapper?
What's that?
The fact that you're getting all of these accolades and being voted top this and top that. Where do you feel like that's coming from?
The reason why I say it is, I think not necessarily just because I'm a conscious artist, because I don't think that I classify as a conscious artist. It's just that's kind of what people say it is. But I do think that the existing music climate that is out there makes it really tough for a lot of underground artists who don't have funding and financing and things like that to push their message when they have a message that's kind of negative to that degree. It's easier. Like there was this one lady, you're the second person this year that's told me that they didn't traditionally listen to hip hop, or at least the type of hip hop that was out right now before hearing my music. There was another lady named Arizona Low, and I did a Google Hangout with her, and that's kind of the first time I started doing this online stuff really. But she kind of pretty much said the same thing, and it's the fact that the music doesn't have those elements that a lot of other people's music has that allow it to be palatable for her.
All right,
right.
How you doing?
Okay.
So I do think, I do think the topics and kind of the things we talk about in the music do help us, I think, proliferate a little bit more.
So is that really important to you that the things that you're saying have meaning? Just because, like I said earlier, we know that, I mean, well, to me, when I listen to rap music now, I feel like that it's more about the beat. It's more about having a really good beat than it is the words, because you can kind of be saying any old thing in the words and it not really make any sense. So is it important to you for your lyrics to have meaning, that it's not so much about the beat, it's the whole package?
I guess. I assume that I don't think I start out saying that I wanted to have a whole lot of meaning. I really want to write something that I like saying, like performance wise. I want it on stage to be something that I'm going to feel comfortable with performing. And so I guess it does work both ways. I don't want to necessarily be out here, oh, I'm riding in this and doing that, because I think a lot of that stuff is kind of stupid. And as a community of Black people, we don't really need people, more people adding fire to that flame. So
yes. Do you feel like it's hard to get yourself out there with, with the whole rap thing and everybody trying to rap? And so do you find difficulties with that?
I mean, I think that the difficulties that I find with art and music in general come from pressures placed on me by maybe people that maybe know me in regular day-to-day life. They might say, why are you still doing this? Why are you pursuing this? You have all these other opportunities. You have these other talents and things you can take advantage of. I honestly don't think that it's hard at all. And I think that a lot of the things that we do musically translate to other areas of business. So even if I personally don't make it as if my music doesn't proliferate the way that I want it to, I'm still in the process of building a subscriber base. You can turn around and use that for all types of affiliate marketing opportunities and things like that to make revenue. So I just think that people don't think about like the overall concept of what you're actually doing as a musician.
Yeah.
And so I guess to answer the question, no, I don't think it's any harder than getting up, going to a job that you don't like.
Okay, so then you don't have any problems with, because a lot of people feel like maybe the state that they're in, like for instance, me, I've been talking about recently that I wanted to move from Chicago to help me further my career. Do you ever feel that way about Ohio, that maybe you should move and try to go somewhere else? Maybe it'll help you out with your career. Do you ever feel the same way?
No, I feel that way all the time. And to be honest with you, I think it is I mean, when you come from Ohio, it is a reality that you can't really make it from here that way because it's not a platform market. You can still develop the fan base. You can get the experience that you need. You can make some connections, but sometimes ultimately those face-to-face connections you're going to make in a bigger platform market are going to make it a lot easier for you to get where you need to go. Right. I mean, I went to Atlanta this summer, maybe in maybe April or May, and not everybody I ran into had some connection or something that was very, very helpful, versus here, there's only a few gatekeepers that have those keys that you need to get where you need to go. And 9 times out of 10, it's not worth your time to pursue it. Sometimes.
Right. Jay, your song, because I just listened to this song yesterday, Random Bars.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I don't know how many songs you got out, but I found that song on YouTube. So I put my headphones on, press play, and instantly I was like, hey, what? I love that song. That's why I had to tweet it out, put it on Facebook and stuff. So, no problem, because when I promote everywhere, not just.
I know, you were everywhere. I was looking online. Everything you were doing was focused on making sure that we were having some sort of promotion for this that we were doing. So I love it. I mean, I'd love to work with you on anything that we can promote and make big.
Thank you, Jay. Right, because I wanted you to know that, because I was hoping that you didn't think that every time I tweeted it out, just because you were tagged in it, that you felt like that you had to retweet it. I'm like, no, he don't got to retweet it. I'm just doing that. I don't want his whole page to say Geneva's Closet. All you see is red coming down. So, yes.
I mean, there's a lot of times where there's other artists that I might meet online and they may ask me to do the same thing. So I have no problem with it. It's just, social media, I guess, it's not that big. So, I mean, for me, to do that.
Yeah. So do you think social media is working really well for you as far as putting yourself out there? Social media, that's good.
Yeah. Yes, I do. I mean, basically, with a combination of just setting up the profiles that we've got set up and then just networking with people, talking with people and seeing what they want to do, what they're interested in, a lot of people are willing to work with us. So I believe social media, if it wasn't for social media, I don't think I'd still be doing it.
Yeah. I mean, social media is huge and it's so many different platforms that you can use to get yourself out there, so. And what was I going to ask you? What are you currently working on?
Right now, there's a couple of different things. There's a video or interview series that I'm working on with a group called Odd Media Group. There's a local, what is it called? It's called The Creative Plug. And let me get that right. It's a art gallery that a couple of my friends have started here locally. So some of the people there are working on doing a media thing, and we're doing interviews with local artists. One of the interviews that we do have coming up, which I think will be pretty interesting. I mean, I actually might want to get your opinion on how we could go about doing it. But there's a guy locally here, and his name is Yarima Karama, and he actually is a correspondent with Dr. Boyce Watkins. He does Voices from Behind the Walls on Dr. Boyce Watkins' channel. If you know Dr. Boyce Watkins, Syracuse professor, also been on the Breakfast Club and stuff like that. So we're going to do that interview with, we're going to do that interview with him and see if maybe we can, you know, expose people in this community to some of the things that maybe some of the insights he may have about, you know, prison culture and things like that. And maybe how we as Black men can change these stigma and stereotypes and make sure that less of us are going inside and, I don't know, progressing. But aside from that, I'm also doing a mixtape, Coast to Coast mixtapes. They're going to put me on, it's going to be Music's Most Wanted. Yeah, it's coming out here in maybe a month or so. And shout out to DJ Casper Binks. That's the guy that basically contacted me and asked me to be a part of that project. Casper. Okay. Casper Binks. So we're doing that as well, and then we're working on an EP. We've been going through a couple different names of Sound Judgment EP. We're kind of still working on what we're going to actually call it, but we're full force of that. And then we're working with a lot of local artists. We're going to be in Michigan maybe next month doing some shows, and I've got a tour coming up here shortly. I haven't got all the dates lined up, but I mean, we've been asked to do a lot of things, but those are the things that are in stone.
Well, that is so exciting. Go ahead, Jay. Go on and work the whole world. Get it in. Let everybody hear what you got to say. So are you trying to be independent or mainstream, or like how are you trying to go with this, or where are you trying to go with this whole thing, with your whole music?
I mean, I guess my goal when I initially started was, well, not initially started, but when I started working on it, at least from the social media angle that I've been approaching, was really just to, like I said earlier, build a subscriber base, build people that, you know, trust me as a brand and like what I'm doing already. And then when I put together a project that I feel like is something that they would enjoy, then contact those people through either email or whatever method I've put them into that database, and then say, hey, I've got this coming out, and see how many of those people are actually willing to turn around and purchase the product. That way, I think we keep more of the money. It's independent, and we've already developed those relationships ourselves. If we do get some sort of label representation or a manager or something like that that comes along, then that would be definitely beneficial, but it's not something that I'm looking for.
Okay. I agree with you as far as that one. You know, because something that I wanted to do was I wanted to find artists, you know, just like you, that's wonderful, just like you. And then just because I have like little small music connections, just based on some of the people that maybe I interviewed or talked to since I've been on Instagram for a while, and kind of take everybody and do a showcase or present you all to these music producers or things like that, you know, to kind of help you get out there. So that's what I was kind of thinking about on my end, just specifically for people that I'm into. So not just picking anybody, because like I was telling you yesterday, that if I like your work, then I go hard for you. And I want to go hard all the time. I don't want to, you know, do bare minimum. So that's why I want to get people that I like. So I would like to do that with you, Jay, if you don't mind, you know, get this whole thing, you know, worked out, and then kind of contact you, talk to you about it, if you don't mind.
I'm down. I'm definitely down.
Okay, well then that is great. Jay, I don't want to keep you on for a long time, but I did want to ask you right quick, what's some of the music artists today, or just music artists, period, that you do like?
Are we talking just people that other people would know? Because I listen to a lot of underground and local music.
Okay, well, you want to give shout outs to any underground or local people that we don't know about?
I did want to shout out a couple. I want to shout out my producer, Brandon Isabel. He definitely does a lot of the music that I do. Lays all the tracks. Does a lot of the engineering as well. Ali D Baba Hightower. He's a local guy I work with. There's a really, really good dude named G Finesse and the NS Crew. Dope performer. Nikhil Dada, Sahil Dada, DJ Prospect, Nova Saves. There's a lot of names, but David Bowman, my drummer. I want to make sure I shout him out. Nate Parker, Justin Campbell. But other than that, if we're talking about like industry people that I'm listening to, also MC J Bird from Niagara Falls, New York. I've worked with her before as well.
Is she a rapper?
And she is a rapper. Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, also DJ Quicksilver and Money Mackay, BD the Prophet, and Kid Star. I hope I got everybody. If I didn't get your name, I'm sorry.
He tried, people. He tried. I mean, he got it written down, so he trying his best.
But then if we're talking industry, what I'm listening to lately, I've been listening to, Papoose, a lot of his stuff, and he's cool. I've actually spoken with him on the phone about trying to do events through a guy named Chris Cartel in New York. It didn't come together like we wanted it to, but I think the relationship is still open, so hopefully we can get that worked out. Oh God. Oh, I already said Lupe Fiasco. Joe Budden is one of my favorite artists. So he's one of those people that like he's one of my favorite artists, but I don't think that I would ever want to meet him. So I don't know. I mean, oh man, I mean, there's like so like every woman he's ever been with says something about him doing something, and then every dude that I've ever met that said they met him, they was like, oh man, he's like one of those cerebral dudes that will play with you and mess with you all the time, and it's not fun all the time. So
ain't nobody got time for all that. So I don't know. Ain't nobody got time for that.
I mean, but you'd expect, but he's an amazing writer. I think that a lot of people that hear my music say that I'm like I guess a knockoff or poor man's version of a Joe Budden to some degree. I don't think that I expose as much of my life, and I don't think I put as much energy and effort as he does into what he does because he's amazing. But that's one of my favorites, my all-time favorites as far as
okay. Now, everybody that you mentioned, like MC J Berg and Brandon Isabella, and I love Alibaba. Is that his name?
Oh yeah.
Are these all artists or people that you're working with?
They're artists and people that I work with on a regular basis. We do shows together. Some of these guys are musicians that play with me because we do a live band set as well when we go out. So a lot of them work with me on music from a lot of different standpoints, not just rapping or some like there's a girl, Sarah D. I don't know if I mentioned her. She's a great singer here locally and she does photography too. So it's like everybody around here is like multi-talented like that where they just do everything.
Okay, there's a lot of talented people over in Ohio, ain't it?
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, there's this one guy I want to make sure I mention. If you're ever looking for like a really good R&B singer, and he's actually out of Dayton, Ohio. His name is Rico Mays. Amazing singer, amazing songwriter, and I would love to like. He's one of the guys I'm going to work with here in the near future. Hopefully, if we can put something together, and I would love to help him, move his movement.
Okay, Rico Mays. Okay. Yeah. I'm definitely going to check him out. He told me the information. Hey, you can't tell me anything because I start researching shit. Like all you got to do is say a little bit to Geneva, and I done made it something huge. But Jay, do you sing? Because there was a song, "Falling Grace," that I know I heard a little vibrato over there. So,
"Falling from Grace," there are vocals of me singing on that track. I don't know if the version you heard actually has me singing on it. The only other place you'll actually hear any maybe moderately decent singing is I did like a Kid Cudi cover on like my YouTube channel. It comes and goes with I'm not traditionally a singer, but I was raised in, I guess a little bit of back history about me was in Oberlin, Ohio. The place where I was raised was called the Beulah Farms or the Almighty Church. So it was a commune style upbringing. It was like my family collectively owned this 20 some odd acres of land, and things like childcare, healthcare, we didn't have to worry about because everybody in the family, the older people were at the farm and they took care of us and things like that. So it was a church element and church atmosphere. So it was a church and a farm and a whole bunch of other different things to us. And so we sang a lot. We had hymns. We have our own songs that we made up and things of that nature. So it is. So yes, I've sang here and there, but it's not like that's what I'm necessarily trying to do. I think I need a little bit more vocal training.
Like, I dibble and dabble a little bit. Nothing major, just a little bit. I mean, I was like, oh, okay, so this man sings too. He just does everything, don't he? I mean, well, now that I know that you're an engineer, you rap, I mean, you sing. I mean, you have this.
Yeah, I do. I think the video that you saw where you thought I was from Dayton was a guy, Kid Major. I actually shot his video, so that I think that's why you thought I was from Dayton. So. Because
so the research was off a little bit. Okay, whatever, Jay.
No, whatever. Hey, I didn't take any offense to it because I'd rather think people think I'm from I wouldn't rather. I don't say that, but people from Dayton are very, very talented. So it's never a diss for somebody to think.
Right. I mean, well, I see. Yes, you are. You definitely seem to be talented. And let me, can you tell everybody, Jay, where they can reach you? Where can they find you if they want to work with you? They want to hear your music.
Okay. All right. If you really want to reach me, the best way to reach me is going to be my email. It's jaywallmusic, JAYWALL @gmail.com. I'm also pretty responsive on Twitter as well. It's @JWallaceMusic, JAYWALLACE music. I didn't say .com, did I? No, I'm sorry. Okay, so it's at J Wallace Music on Twitter. I don't use Facebook as much, just because they've got those EdgeRank algorithms, and I just feel like I don't really get a lot of.
Yes.
But if you want to follow me on there, it's J Wall Music. And that's pretty much the main channels that I keep my. Oh, if you want to go to my YouTube as well, that's what I'm really trying to push right now and build, just because it is I guess a self-perpetuating subscriber base of sorts. But that is J Wall Music as well, youtube.com/J Wall Music. And since we've gotten enough followers or subscribers now, we actually were able to claim the domain name, which
oh wow, that's cool. Yes, I think I subscribe to you on there, right? Because of anything you put up, I want to hear it. So yes. Thank you so much, Jay. Everybody, I have on today Jay Wallace from Ohio. How about we just say that, because I don't want from Oberlin, Ohio. Okay, I wrote it down. And yes, he's here with us today. I like to call him the conscious rapper. Thank you so much, Jay, for joining me today in Geneva's Closet. We should definitely stay in contact and work together sometime in the future. I would really love to do that. You're extremely talented. It's a pleasure to be speaking with you. I'm happy to hear your type of music out there. I get sick and tired of hearing all that other stuff all the time. So it's good to hear something with some meaning in it. And I don't have to hear about girls and asses and titties and stuff all the time. So I appreciate it, Jay. Thank you.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate it.
No
Thank you
problem,
for having me.
Jay. And you have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Well. Bye-bye.
Yay, that was so much fun. We had Jay Wallace on today. That was fun. We had a chance to talk to him and hear everything that he has going on. And make sure that you do go follow him on, because I think that you can find him at J Wall Music on practically everything. On Twitter, on Instagram. Check him out. His music is good. Look him up on YouTube, like he said. Some of my favorite songs is Random Bars and Get Live. I personally like Random Bars and Get Live. You'll see some other songs on there too. The other ones that I seen was Fallen Grace. That the people, and I forgot exactly who the people were that voted him the top 10 artists or the top artists to watch in 2016. But the songs that they mentioned were Fallen Grace, Fallen Grace, if I'm saying that correctly, and Rap Nation. So definitely go check out Jay Wallace. My name is Geneva. This is Geneva's Closet. What is Geneva's Closet, you ask? Well, this is a platform for entrepreneurs, music and fashion lovers and fitness lovers to all come here, and we highlight businesses here, and I market and I advertise. I do whatever I can to push people out there that's trying to brand themselves and to empower people, because that's what it's all about. What do Geneva do? Geneva specifically choose people. So I don't just go and pick anybody to come in Geneva's Closet, because my closet is, it's important to me. And I want to make sure that anything that I'm involving myself in, like I was saying to Mr. Jay Wallace, that I go hard in, and I can't go hard at it if I don't really care for it too much. So that's what Geneva's Closet is all about. What else do we talk about? We talk about anything from Black history, because I love my Black history people. I actually love myself. So Black history, sex, relationships, the school system, whatever we talking about, I'm being 100% honest about it. We're having fun, but I'm always being 100% honest and trying to get the truth out, because how I feel is it's important to be honest and get the truth out. And I can be a little opinionated sometimes, but like I like to tell people, like I like to say sometimes, that that's what I can do in my closet, is be opinionated and be honest, because it's important to me to do that and get to the root of everything. So make sure you follow me. Oh my God, here I go with this one. Every time I get ready to tell where you can follow me at, I start getting, where I got my daughter. I'm looking at my daughter from the side so she can, follow me on, Instagram.
At Geneva's Closet.
Wait a minute. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Geneva's Closet. That's Geneva's, GENEVA'S, Closet with 2 T's, just like you see up there. And make sure you follow me on Twitter, Periscope, and Blab, just like right here, Geneva Lifestyle. Practically everything you can find me on Geneva's Closet and Geneva Lifestyle. And also look me up on YouTube. I've been on TMZ and, do some other things. And I'm actually starting this blog. Now, I like to talk and give my opinion. definitely like to give my opinion, but I don't always like to type out my opinion. So I'm more of a blogger slash vlogger. So make sure you check me out on YouTube when I start throwing up these blogs and stuff of Geneva's opinion, just like I threw up today. I did one today. It's more of a rant, but it's Geneva's truth, because I can say whatever I want to say, because this is my closet, people. This is Geneva's Closet. So once again, thank you for joining me. We just got done interviewing the talented conscious rapper. He said that he's not paying attention to all this conscious stuff. Whatever. He's good, people. We're not hearing about all the twerking and the booty popping. You get a little sick of hearing that all the time. And I can appreciate somebody that can have a good beat and have something to say. So it's not all about the beat. He understood that it was the beat and he has something to say and the delivery is on point. I highly recommend, I strongly recommend listening to Jay Wallace. I'm not a huge rap fan, but when I heard him, I had to reach out to him because it was something about Mr. Jay Wallace's music that was appealing to me. And if I feel, oh, and matter of fact, it's not only me, because I actually took his music and had a few other people listen to it. So I just have to say that. So it was not only me. I had guys listen to it. And when the guys listened to it, they instantly liked it too, and went on his YouTube page and was kind of listening to other things he had going on. So it's not just me, you know, because I'm a woman, so you might not want to give me all of my credit. Whatever, fellas. But make sure, like I said, you check out, hey, how you doing? Thank you for everybody that joined me. Make sure again that you check out Jay Wallace at JWall Music on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. I think he's on Facebook. I'm not sure. Google search him. You can find him. I'm Geneva. This is Geneva's Closet. You all have a great day.